One of the things that distinguishes a six-figure company from a seven-figure company is systems. If you have systems in place in your business, you have the ability to scale and to soar in your business. If you don't have systems, what you usually end up having is a job. And today I'm going to talk about part 3 of the seven-figure playbook. This is important because people say they want $1 million business, but what are they doing? They are struggling and scraping by at six figures or even less than six figures, and they can't get over the hump. So welcome to Iconic TV. I am your host. I'm Connie Scavella. I am a 3-time best-selling author, a business growth strategist, as well as an international speaker. And I've also built 5 multi-million-dollar companies from scratch with no idea about the industry, with no funding, no lists, everything bootstrapped. Now, do I recommend it? No, it's hard. Okay. But it can be done. And if you're thinking, it's taking too long, I'm not sure what I'm doing, maybe I should just give up and do something else, maybe I should sell my company, maybe I should take a job, I want you to stop for a minute, because we've been going over the seven-figure playbook. How do you actually get there? And it's interesting. You can talk to a lot of people that tell you how to grow a business. I was talking to someone today, and he was saying how, he's helping this person grow their business. And I thought, you've never grown a business. Why on earth would that person hire you? So I want to teach you today from somebody who's grown multi-million-dollar businesses, and several of them from scratch, and how to do it. So let's go ahead and dive in, and let's get started with Iconic TV today. Okay, so what we've done today is we're going to talk about what it takes. Why is it important? Why do you need it? How do you set it up? And then I'm going to give you some really awesome examples of what different systems are. And then if you want to see these, if you want to have those, if you want to ask me questions about those, all you need to do is type #call. Okay, #call, and we'll get those to you. And we can take a look at your business and say, well, which systems do you need? Some people go way overboard on systems. I know one gentleman who actually shut down his business for an entire month and thought, okay, we're going to build all these systems for a whole month. And they built them, but they built them in a petri dish, right? And so it wasn't real life. And you know what? They never used them again. So that's not the issue either. Okay, there's a smart way to do this, and there's a dumb way. Okay, so how do you do this? Let's talk about your profit playbook. And there's a pathway that you're going to go to. This is what we call your geometric product sequence, your GPS. Think of it like a navigator, right? And the biggest problem that most businesses have is lack of clarity. They don't know what to do first, what to do next. How long do you do this part? Okay, so this is that roadmap that we're going to go over and show you today. And there are 3 parts to that, okay? The first part is you have to be distinguished. That's the first pillar if you want iconic success. You have to stand out. And we talked about this in part 1 of the playbook. And you can actually go down here somewhere, subscribe, we'll get a copy to you, or just type replay part 1. And I'll go ahead and get that to you. I have my team here, Angie and Sandy, and they'll be happy to get that to you as well. Just keep an eye on your messages. And then the part 2, we talked about being disruptive. This is critical. There's so much AI out there, isn't there? Everybody's sort of a copycat version of everybody else, and people are teaching little projects and one-off things. They're not teaching how to build a whole business. And so this is quite disruptive on its own, is you have to know how to build an entire business, but you have to stand apart from everybody else. Don't look to figure out, how do I price my stuff, and look at what everybody is pricing and do it the same, or everybody's doing this now, or they're doing this process now. Go in the other direction. It's the only way you're going to get noticed. And we are in a sea of overwhelm, a red ocean, and most people are not getting noticed, and they don't have any visibility. So in order to soar, I want you to understand you have to do less, not more. But once you manage these first 2 pillars, the third part of your GPS is to be dominant. This is where all the money really starts coming in. Okay. This is where you're going to go to bed at night and you will wake up in the morning richer. Anybody okay with that? Go to sleep, and when you wake up, you have more money in the bank than when you went to sleep. That's the whole process, right? How do you have a monthly recurring revenue all the time that's increasing, not on a roller coaster? Okay. And so, in order to dominate your market in your niche, this is what we're going to talk about. So, of that GPS strategy, let me give you a quick overview so you have absolute clarity on where we've been and where we're going. Okay. So, is this making sense to you? How many of you are ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to scale, if you're ready for systems, if you're ready for your entire business and your life to soar. Okay. Give me a thumbs up. And by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but all of our teaching is based on the book SOAR. If you don't have a copy, I want you to type #SOAR, #SOAR, and we will get you a free copy of my book. Yes, you can go buy it on Amazon. You can get it on Audible. Well, why not if we just give it to you for free? Okay. And I'm gonna, you can ask my team, you can ask other people. It's all 5-star reviews, but this is the process. This is the system that I've used with 32 different industries and helping different companies from mom and pops to huge 300,000 person companies scale their business. It works no matter what you do. I know you're thinking, what about my business? Ask me, right? Hop on a call and I'll tell you how it would work on your business. So what are these stages? Everything we talk about is in 4s, right? We talked about the distinction, disruption, and domination. Now, there's a point after that, and that's duplication. This is key, right? If you want your business to keep going and you want to build an iconic business and a legacy business that you can pass on, or one that will support you to the end of your days, you do have to have duplication there. You have to do it again. Don't try to duplicate. Don't try to have multiple streams of income. Please, it's such a fallacy. It isn't true. Okay. Look at the biggest companies, the best run companies, they do one thing, but then you can duplicate. There's 3 different ways that you can duplicate. We can talk about that later. Okay. So here's the thing. We talk about a simple process, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. And then I'm going to give you examples of systems that you can actually apply to your business. So this is our 7-figure playbook we're talking about, right? This is the formula. You have to follow a formula in order to get ahead. And what we talked about, right, is you're going to have one offer, just one thing that you sell, right? What's your main thing that can make you $1 million? That's what we're talking about. If you don't want to make $1 million, go ahead and click away. But if you're open to it, stick around, okay? And then what's the one group of people that you're going to do that with? That's how you get disruptive. Go to the right people and disrupt everything that they were doing before. Now you have to dominate. And this is what we're talking about today. And this is where the sales come in. This is where you have that meeting, where that one call close, or people see your offer and they're like, yes, I want that, or your service or your product. Okay. And then you can duplicate it. It's that simple. Okay. And so how you look at it is what we've done is disrupted everything. We flipped everything upside down. Okay. And what do most people do when they're trying to teach you, oh, this is how you have to start small and work your way this way, right? We believe the exact opposite. Okay. Let me show you what I mean. And this is a little bit based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, more geometric product sequencing, right? So you start with, first, you're going to be distinguished, and then you disrupt, and then you dominate. Okay. But you have to understand how you offer your products is you're going to start with the highest ticket thing. You're going to start with the biggest and the best. That is what you lead with. Please don't lead with a free thing. Hi, everybody. I got free. Because you feel like nobody's going to believe you or trust you. That is a mindset issue. That's your problem. That's not the market's problem. It's your problem. Okay. And if you need help with that, I'm going to show you what you can do. We have a program called 21 Day Mind Mastery. It'll rock your world. It'll change your world. It'll get rid of all of your negative thinking, all of your negative habits in every single area of your life. And we have tested this clinically and professionally for 5 years now. And the people that use the Mind Mastery program have 100% better success in their business than people that do not. Okay. So if you're thinking, oh, I can't do this, I got to give stuff free. Or, will anybody buy at this price? Or I'm afraid to hire people. All this stuff is hooey. Okay, knock it off. That's a this problem. Okay, it's not a business problem, it's a you problem. And if you need some help with just that, I'm your girl. Okay, so I want to show you also, if you're like, how does all this work? Okay, clients that we work with, we have them go through our Iconic Leaders program, right? There's 3 aspects to it: building the authority, amplifying the attraction, and then amplifying the money, right? What's the point of doing anything, right, in business if you're not going to make money? And if you guys are okay with me talking about making a lot of money, you're in the right place. If you're not okay with me talking about money, then go to the philanthropic channel, okay? Because this is what businesses are for. Businesses exist to make a profit. Think about that. What if you invested all your money in different companies in the stock market and they had this attitude that, well, we shouldn't make too much money. It's a little bit greedy. Well, you wouldn't invest your money in that. You're investing your money in your business, and you need that business to make a profit. So money circulates, right? Kuer, there's a flow of money. And you're exchanging value for something people want. Again, this is a you issue, not a business issue, if you have a problem with making money. So the people that work with us, just so you know, if you're curious, there's all kinds of different things that we offer and do in this program. We have mastermind groups, we have weekly hot seats, team chats, private one-to-one coaching, whatever you need to grow and scale your business. I'm a business growth strategist, and I love working with people that want to seriously grow a big business. If that's you, I want to have a call with you. Type #call, and I'll show you exactly if we're the right fit. And if not, I'll point you exactly in the right direction on who can help you out. But number one, you cannot do business on your own. If you think you're saving time or money on your own, it's not, right? And where we start is that there are 12 profit levers, okay? These profit levers are the thing. You need to know exactly what you need to do, in what order, in what degree, and this way you know the outcome before you even start. We don't ever work with anyone, in case you're wondering. Yes, we're very high ticket, but we don't work with anyone unless we can prove up front that you're going to make money. Okay? Wouldn't you love to have that kind of clarity that, hey, I'll make money if I do this? That's what we're talking about. So you have to know in the beginning, what is the goal? What goal do you have in mind? And then you need the exact pathway to get there. Okay? Let me give you an example. Okay? Here's an example of somebody who came to us with nothing, no idea, no clarity, no money, no hope, nothing. Okay. In fact, this person I refused to work with for a very long time. But I want to say, remember when I say it's this problem? Okay. Let's take a look at this person, because she has made a dramatic difference in her world. And how did she do it? She actually followed the systems that we laid out. Okay. So this is Angie. And she's worked extremely hard on her business. She's the primary income earner. She has a disabled husband, not special needs, but a super special child. So she homeschools. It's at 7 pets. Actually, it's more like 17, I think. We call her Noah because she's like bringing animals 2 by 2 on the ark. And she graduated with honors. So look at this. She started homeless when she came to me. She had no job, no prospects for a job. And yet she was super successful before. She was homeless through no fault of her own. Okay. And then she said, well, first I got to get my mind right. Brilliant. Right. And then she's like, okay, now I got my mind right. I'm ready for a business. And then she said, you know what? I need to learn more about business. She went in and got a bachelor's degree. At the same time, she was starting her business. So, right? No excuses for you. Okay. Then I told her, if you follow the steps, this is the number one thing that I want you guys to understand why I'm sharing this with you. If you follow the steps, there's only 4. Everything I show you as a business owner is going to break down into 4 key steps. And what she did better than anyone else is she followed the steps and didn't deviate, didn't add any more. She made it to 6 figures in 6 months. Then she continued on, continued working, got her master's degree. Again, no slouch. She's getting all A's. And then this past week, she just started on her PhD. Like, okay, how about that? Imagine if you could do something like that. How can you be head of household, taking care of your kids, 80 million animals, a husband, saving for a house, doing all this stuff, running everything, and still have a six-figure business in half a year and get straight A's in school? How do you do that? Because there's a system. You're not overwhelmed, right? She knows exactly what she has to do. And I'm going to show you these systems. Would you like to see the systems? Okay. Now, I put this together on a video. So I need you to turn up the volume. Okay. Some of this is a little quiet and some of this I'm going to speak over. So this isn't going to be perfect, but I wanted you guys to actually see the systems that we use and that we encourage in all of the different areas that you need them in. Does this make sense to you guys? Okay. So if you do want some help, if you want to know what are my systems, I don't have any systems. How do I set them up? How do I get the SOPs? When do I do it? What if I don't have a team? Do I even need systems? Oh my gosh, you definitely do. Okay. So, any questions you have about this? Again, this is the most important thing in your business. If you're just fine with a small or a low six-figure business, that's fine. Okay. But if you just think as hard as you're working, why not 10x it? Right? You probably can't even see it because you don't have the depth to see how much is in a business. So let's take a look at this, at some of these business systems. Okay. So I'm going to go through this a little bit quickly, but turn up your volume if need be. Okay. Let's talk about marketing.
It's nice to have an overview of all the different tasks that are in process.
You can see
What is the priority? Where are they? The checklist of what we have to
all
do,
the things that we
and
do
if there's
outline.
any backlog of things that we need to do.
We know how
We know the
everything is
projects that
organized.
we're working on, and figure out what phase, what area does that go into, what are the channels that we're dealing with, the social media and different things like that. And of course, I'm an entrepreneur, always looking at shiny new objects, different things that I can experiment with.
Okay. Um, Sales strategies are also really
For a
important.
quick way to access all your
Okay.
information in an easy place for anybody to
Lead
use
gen.
on your team or for yourself,
This
because
is
we're going to talk
really
about everything that we
important.
use. Social media, we're going to send text messages, and how do you keep track of everything? So we have many pages and sites and landing pages, etc. Not only ours, those that we create for our clients. And so for us, right, we keep track of where do we have these, like what is the name of the offer or the project, what's the description, if there's an attachment. A lot of this comes from our weekly live show, and then every time I make an offer, like last night I did a talk on leadership secrets of the billionaires and gave a free giveaway of a free leadership planner to people. And so we're going to keep these items here so everybody knows where to go. If somebody says, oh, I want that lead magnet after a video or in a DM, then we know where to go, and we keep the description so people know what it is about. Especially if I have a new team member, they know kind of what the description is, the status, what type it is it software, is it opt-in, is it registration, etc. What is the link to that, and all the different places that we can have it, regular links, short links, flip books, because we can disseminate the information in a lot of different ways. And when you have a master task list like this, it's really easy for people to go into and to sort without, again, bothering everybody else. How do I do this? And of course, we also link to our software tools, but sometimes, like, I don't know where to go, there's just too much here. So we can look at a master list, say, okay, Connie wants an appointment with so-and-so, or Connie said, okay, book a 5-minute appointment. Where do I go to get that link? What do I say?
Spot.
What's the
He has to
description
come to
of
me
it?
10 million
Tell people
times a
about the
day.
courses that we have, all the lead
It's
magnets.
so
This is
organized,
complete, but
right?
this is
This is how
what
you
we
can
can
have a
do before.
team
We have pages and pages elsewhere. The
because they're
nice thing
not
is we
all
can just import
dependent
our
on
Google
you. They're
spreadsheets or
dependent on
Trello boards or whatever
systems.
into our system, so we don't have to worry
Pretty cool, huh?
about things being
Give
in
me a thumbs
multiple
up if you
places,
like it.
membership sites, groups, the different portals, different opt-in places, workbooks, all the different books that I've written. Flipbooks are awesome. The software that we have offers to buy for coaches, for speakers, testimonial sites, checkout pages, new client information. So everything in one sweet spot.
right? If you're going to do lead gen, you need to know what to use for what person at what time. Reputation management. Do you have Google? Do you have reviews? Do you have a way to look at your websites and audit your websites and make sure that they're ranking high as far as SEO? What about hiring and onboarding? This is our hiring site, right? Jobs at theiconicbrands.com. So we have a separate system for that. Not just like, hey, send me an email, right? It's an entire system people have to go through an application and
You can see
videos.
my whole dashboard. All these different
Let's take
categories
a look
that
at
we
this
have
one.
categories together under the different segments of our company, whether it's Iconosphere or Iconic Business Advisors, Iconic Entrepreneur, etc., etc. And so let me give you an example of something that's very important, which is employee onboarding. And if we dive deep into that, every new employee is going to have their own onboarding setup. What happens before they start and the first week, second week, etc. So you can see all the different things, who's responsible, and not only do they get this, they know who to report to, and we know who's responsible for them, so we can look at all of the different things, whether you look at it by stages or maybe just as a table, to see how everything is filtered out. You can look at it as far as the different lists of what they need to do. So that
this is one way to make sure that
what we need to do
you can bring people on and not worry that they're going to keep quitting. 65% of the loss in a business is from too much hiring and firing, too much turnover.
Food, office tour, online and offline, codes, peer mentor, who's their accountability person. Now we want to look at what happens in the next week, and then going on, how do you make sure that you're keeping in touch with them? What can they do? What can they do? Can they not do? Who do they need to talk to about everything? Company culture, very, very important. We give them a lot of information about our values, rules, and all that sort of stuff. So that's an example of what you can do for onboarding your own employees.
Pretty cool, right? Makes you kind of want to hire some people. Social media is a big thing. Take a look at this.
Handles a lot of the social media posting, graphics, that type of thing. So for example, where do we keep it all so everybody has it? So we have a weekly social media calendar. I'm going to just show you real quick here. Graphics, because where do you house all this stuff? And you're posting 4 or 5 times a day in all these different platforms. It's important to know. So for example, we do it by categories, the workshop, story posts, Iconic TV, etc. So if I'm looking here at Profit Acceleration here, you can see there's all these attachments, which track it goes over here on the side. You can see all these different images, and if I just click to see these attachments and open this.
So imagine if you were this organized with all of your social media.
You can see what it's for,
be amazing.
It goes, the different social media channels that it works.
How many of you are spending too much time on social media?
These, if they want to view them, they can just scroll through and see which one they want. We can also track based on the calendar where we've used these images before, so we're not being repetitive. And then if my team is creating more, if I'm creating more, we get some different assets. We're going to add them all in here. And so it's a great way, again, to keep everything in one place. Nobody has to say, hey, can I have a picture of this? Can I have this? Yeah, it's all in here. Nobody needs to bother me. I don't need to bother them. If I want to see what they've created, if I say, hey, we need something more, we don't have a lot, for example, on our guarantee, well, then we're going to need to have something for that. So hope that gives you a good idea of some things that you can do and how to track and systemize your social media process.
So can you imagine how many hours you save? Now take a look at this. This is also how we track everything, because we message a lot of people and we need to know in every different category where we're doing, what are the stages. Now, being a leader in all of this is the next thing, right? We break it down into business unit structures. There's 5 different levels. And then in each area of business management, we break that down as well. Also, as a leader, you want to be able to track your day and plan your day, right? How are you doing it? Are you just doing it by your phone? And do you really ever look every minute on your electronic calendar? How do you take notes on a call that you did? How do you remember all those things? And it can be a challenge. So we created a written planner system. It is awesome. Okay. And we give it to our clients because it has everything that you need and it follows our systems. It's not just a generic planner that, you write some silly goals or something. It has everything in it. And as you can see, it's super affordable. Mindset is big. Okay. We showed you about Angie and her mindset, and that's why she did it. 21-day mind mastery. I told you I would show you that. Ask about that. And content creation. Love this.
Systemized
Okay.
content, for example, this is for blog posts, and as you can see, it's segmented into different categories. Maybe it's on keyword research, list building. This is for our agency site, SEO basics, etc., website traffic. And then you can see the different sections, when it's published, the links, the documents, the images, who's responsible, keywords. Super simple.
So that's one of the things people always say, I got to do content. We've simplified it like nobody's business. And events, creating events, having all the tools, all the resources, everything there. That's what it takes, right? So these are just some of the different systems that we have put together. And I want you to understand, just figure out which ones you need. And we start with those 5 leadership categories. If you want that, if you want to know, okay, I want how you've got it all organized, just connect with us and we can walk you through what we do. You can see if that's something that would help you and help you get organized, because you really have to start thinking differently. You have to start thinking, if you're $100,000 business, you got to start thinking like $1 million business. If you're $1 million business, think like a $10 million business. How would that business operate? Every successful business has systems, and you cannot figure out how your numbers are going to grow. I don't have offer creation and all of that in there. That's a whole other thing. Okay. And perfecting your offers, your products, getting your own IP, your own intellectual property, and a design. Branding is essential right now. If you don't have a way to stand out as a brand, then that's a whole other system. If you need help with agency stuff, as far as content management, content creation, getting your SEO right, building your websites, if you don't have those, and lead magnets and all of that, we can handle all of that for you, right? Why? Because we are a one-stop shop. Anything that you need for your business, then that's what we focus on. We don't just do projects. We do everything. Why? Because it's a system. Okay. If you don't, you're just throwing darts at the wall. Now, I want you to take this video, watch it again, turn up the volume. I know I spoke a little softly there at times, but I just want you to lean in, right? But please think about it. Where are you falling apart? Are you falling apart in sales? Are you falling apart in the teamwork? Are you falling apart in systems? Do you not have a process for you to get visibility, to maybe go out and speak and get connected and network? Do you not have a pathway, a specific pathway that you make your money? Maybe you don't know how to distinguish yourself as a business owner. What is your different positioning, your stance? What's your messaging? Maybe you don't have a system for attracting the avatar, or even figuring out who your avatar is. Everything needs a system. Okay. Now, the beautiful thing is you don't have to create all of these from scratch. We do all of that for you. We're very much kind of a done for you place. If you do want to talk with us and say, hey, I need to scale my business. I'm tired of playing small. You can't live off of $100,000, even $200,000, especially if you have a family and a business. You're not making enough profit. So book a call. Okay. We'll also show you how to grow on LinkedIn. If that's not your platform, we'll give you a free tool on how to grow on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whichever one, or YouTube. Okay. All you have to do is go to Call Connie. Okay. And what you do is you schedule a call. We will strategize a plan for you, and your business skyrockets. It's that simple. It's that easy to go. Okay. So again, let's take a look at some of these systems, right? We have hiring systems, right? Hey, we're hiring right now. If you are looking to be a business coach or a consultant, we'd love to talk to you, right? We have systems for workshops. How do you put on workshops and events? Everything is scripted out, a SOP for every stage of the event. Basically, everything is done for you. Okay. We have ways to help you automate and use AI to get all those reviews and boost your reputation management. We have systems and everything set up for you to just step right into the perfect website. Okay. Again, and in that website, if you want a free audit, just type #audit. If you're wondering, how come I don't get any leads on my website? Nobody, clicks on anything. It's a waste. I spent $30,000 on a website and I don't get any leads. That shouldn't be happening. Okay. So if you're ready, if you want to take a look at how can I grow my business? How can I have more success? And how can I have more freedom? Because let's be honest, that's really why you got into business. It's not to have another job. Okay. And so if these things made you go, oh my gosh, there's so much here, I want you to book a call. Let's take a look at your systems. Let me show you the other systems that you could use, and that can take you to the next step in your business. So all I want you to do right now is type #replay. Watch this again. My team will get this to you. Okay. And if you were here earlier, I offered you a copy of our systems playbook. That's the book SOAR. Type SOAR. Okay. That is our 7-figure playbook that we have been operating on for the last 3 sessions. And I want you to grab that for free. You don't have to pay for it. We will send it to you. And I will see you next Tuesday at 5 p.m. because we come here every week. Have a great day. And I look forward to talking